Recently, my 2-year-old niece managed to forcibly power off my NAS and managed to break 2 hard drives out of the RAID 5 system. And experts among you have realised you can't lose 2 hard drives on RAID 5, so I lost all the data. Again. How many times has this happened now? I've really had enough of MDADM software RAID. So I'm going for a different option now. And by the way, I did actually manage to get most of my data back because I had a lot of it stored on USB 3 drives. Didn't get all of it because I'd run out of space on them. Oh well. Anyway, so my alternative option was now to go for the Seagate 8TB hard drives, and I was going to run 2 on their own and not to go for a RAID this time. So when I first looked last week, the price was about £180. This week, the price has shot up to over £200. Now, that first result there is not an 8TB hard drive, because if that was, I would have jumped at it right now. So, since the price has gone up, I got a little bit distracted and ended up buying new parts for my home theatre PC instead. So I ended up buying a new case, a graphics card, power supply, and CPU cooler. So this is a Fractal Design Node 202 case. I'll be doing some unboxing videos. I've got most of them recorded. I've just got to go through and edit them all. What I ideally would have liked to do with my home theatre PC case is mount the whole system inside a Super Nintendo console. I would love to do that. I grew up with the SNES and really fancied doing that. Unfortunately, the Mini ITX motherboard is about 1 centimetre too small for the European SNES console. Damn. Now I suppose it could have been mounted diagonally and it would have just about gone in. But the setup I've been using here with the AMD CPU and the Nvidia graphics card would have never fitted in there. The AMD CPUs on their own are not really good enough, in my opinion, for the duties I require out of the home theatre PC. Now, this is only an AM1 CPU, so it's about the bottom of the range. But even higher up, I still got too many frames dropped. The Intel CPUs would have been the route I would have had to have gone, but then it sort of looking at the theory and what I would have needed, and it was starting to look at an i5 with motherboard, and it was all getting too expensive, and I thought, bother this. My old case was Silverstone, I think it was Milo M03, Milo 2 or 3, I can't remember the exact number now. That was a micro ATX case with a low profile graphics card, and I ran the Nvidia GT640 in there, and it was a beautiful system, perfectly good, bit noisy on the fans, and a bit big. So I've gone down this route instead. You see I've got larger fans this time and a horizontal mounted graphics card, so it's a larger fan on there. Yeah. Much happier with this system. So I'm a bit of a connoisseur of media. I like Dolby True HD and DTS HD surround sound, and I put large files down it because that would have been the obstacle of using the Raspberry Pi. Or, for that matter, most ARM devices. They just can't bitstream the HD audio. Realistically, it's the x86 or 64-bit systems that can. And then you're looking at the larger graphics cards or whatever Intel could do. So anyway, I've gone down this route instead, and you can see it fits in nicely there under my TV. The issue with the old case was I had to move the centre speaker over slightly, so I could move it back again. So what I would have liked to do with this system now is install Ubuntu 16.04 on it. But I couldn't, it failed on the install. The keyboard didn't work, so I couldn't select the language, or I couldn't even proceed with the install, and that was the problem. There was not much advice about it, other than when the older versions of Ubuntu Server that you could try legacy USB support. Tried that in the BIOS, didn't work. Tried an alternative keyboard, one on this system, on my main system, that did work with the Ubuntu desktop and Kubuntu desktop. Didn't work. Unplugged the remote control, which has a USB keyboard interface, still didn't work. Tried the do release upgrade, that doesn't work until the 0.1 release comes out, so a bit too premature for that. So all in all, that was a failure. I couldn't upgrade the operating system. Oh well, I don't know what to do about it now, other than keep it going, because technically there's nothing wrong with the 1404 system on there. So anyway, that was a bit of information about the upcoming videos. There'll be quite a few unboxings I'll be doing. So see you all later.